Perfect.
Our houseplants for spring. First is dusting off their leaves. This makes it easier for them to photosynthesize and also helps protect them from pests. Next is getting rid of the old to make room for the new. Trim away any dead leaves, yellow leaves. With certain smaller ones, I like to use tweezers to help get them out. Third is gradually increase your watering. The sun is warmer and hotter, so you're going to have to water more. Fourth is repot your plants that need it. I check the roots at the bottom of the drainage holes, see if they're sticking out or spiraling around like this guy. Another reason why drainage holes are awesome. And lastly, let's start feeding our plants. These are some of my favorites. I have more info on my Parenting Hacks Part 3. Let's talk about another natural fertilizer, banana peels. Peel your bananas and lay them out on a tray in the sun. Make sure they're crispy. Blend them up into a powder and sprinkle onto your plants. Then store in a dry place. Shopping with me. This is Hewitt's Garden Center in Franklin, Tennessee. And y'all, let me tell you, I was in heaven. They've color-coded all of their planters, and just look at this monstera. Like, it's so cute. All of their greenhouses are categorized by plant care, and there's just so much to choose from. This was the cacti and succulent greenhouse. They had so many air plants, and I think this might be a little explicit, but this was the greenhouse that had high humidity plants. And then this greenhouse had the low light plants. Happy plant! Part 4. Save your plastic fruit containers. They make the perfect greenhouse for starting seeds. Simply spritz, close the lid, and put it where it gets some sun. And watch your seeds grow. Parenting Hacks Part 7. Let's talk about another natural fertilizer, coffee. Take some leftover black coffee and dilute it. Then water your acidic loving plant, like Pilea, Aloe, Eclathea, and hey y'all, it's Cheap Plant Parenting Hacks Part 8. It's getting colder, so that means the air is getting drier. And if you don't want to go out and buy a humidifier, use a pebble tray. Fill a tray with pebbles and then fill it halfway up with water. Then simply set your plant on it. As the water evaporates, it will increase the humidity around your plant. Happy planting.
Healthy Plants Part 5. People always ask how I maintain such healthy plants, and my secret is that I check on my plants every single day. I usually check the leaves and soil to make sure everything looks healthy. It's also super important to look out for new growth. After I do a quick check on my plants is when I usually turn on my humidifier. Enjoy!
An almost dead fiddle leaf fig. My friend called me when she found this fiddle leaf fig abandoned near the dumpster, and of course I took it home. I gave it a shower to help remove pests and a good amount of water, but even though I watered it, as I opened up the soil, as you can see, it's completely dry in the middle, which is a huge problem. It's called hydrophobic soil, and it means that your plants are actually never getting watered. And then on top of it, it looks like the owner, under the first layer of soil, put so much fertilizer, like a whole earth's mantle layer of fertilizer, which likely shocked the roots, at least the roots that were left. I cut off the dead roots. Don't worry, they'll grow back. I'm going to put it in Leica, help it grow new roots.
How to stop overwatering your plants. First, water when your plant needs it and not on a schedule. Check to see how wet your soil is, and then also make sure you're checking how your plant leaves look. If it looks like this, water it. Next is drainage. It's so important. Make sure you're using pots with drainage holes. It helps with watering and aeration. Next is choosing the right size pot. You don't want to choose too big of a pot for your plant's roots. The roots won't be able to suck up all of the water, and you can lead to overwatering. Happy planting, y'all!
Amazing water retention. 3 ice cubes are simply not enough to water orchids. Instead, you should let warm water run through the soil and let it sit for 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes is up, the bark will absorb the water it needs and release the water it doesn't. Enjoy!